after 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, Labor Day weekend, a 3-day weekend. Get outside and play. And with us, sort of a funster here in the Mount Washington Valley.
Funster?
Hey, you know, making them up.
Okay.
Making them up. You know, hey,
yep.
Look, you know.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. He knows how to shut me up and steer the ship in the right direction. Thomas Prindle, marketing director at both Attitash and Wildcat, and of course, people are curious about what is open.
Yeah, you guys.
Attitash and Wildcat are open.
Yeah.
And
New Hampshire's open.
New Hampshire's open. Yeah. All those signs go. If you're here, did you see those signs going up Route 16 saying New Hampshire's open? And then you get into Ossipee and they tell you Crawford got
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the roads are open to Attitash and
Yeah, I mean, despite a few spots, heading east through Crawford Notch, I mean, 302 is well open into Bartlett Village and beyond. There's just that one bridge that remains out there, so it's just that one small spot that prevents you from going all the way over to Bretton Woods. But Attitash Mountain Resort is open and easily accessible from 302 from the east, or you can actually, if you're coming up 16 and you want to cut around to Bear Notch Road, you can actually take the Kangamogus and then bang a right onto Bear Notch Road and come in that way. It's just beyond Bear Notch Road that the Kangamogus is cutting off Lincoln, New Hampshire. So, yeah. But we put up, if you're coming up, the directions from 93 to indicate the exits to come before Lincoln or after Lincoln. Come up over Route 2. But yeah, Attitash.
But they're here. If they're watching,
if they're here, exactly.
They're
yeah,
here.
I'm like, yeah, exactly.
They're here. We know that. Okay, so let's start with Attitash.
Yeah. Attitash Mountain Resort, we did have some of the flood water and washout damage to our mountain coaster. Fortunately not a full loss there. Sure. But the mountain coaster will be down for quite a while until we can regrade the, it's really the base portion. People can actually see it if they're at Attitash Mountain Resort. Some of the significant work that we've already done to begin repairs on that. But we're hoping to have that back online by Columbus Day weekend, which will be another busy weekend for us. Unique this year is that Attitash Mountain Resort is open weekends again. It has been a few years that we actually used to just shut down on Labor Day, but we'll be operating weekends only. We kind of cut back on some of the attractions. We shut down the water slides and the pools, but we will continue with the alpine slides. Yes. The alpine slides are open today. We'll continue with the downhill mountain biking. I know you talked about that a little bit earlier. You're a mountain biking guy, and you were kind of wondering, hey, what's going on over there? And Nate Waterhouse worked really hard to get some trails back up. He opened those up yesterday, and he'll continue to add trails. We did, however, lose some of the single-track trails closer to the Saco River. Not only did we lose those trails, but also some of the horseback trails we did lose. However, our horseback riding is open as well. They've just had to kind of renegotiate some different sort of paths that the tour goes on. But that Saco River overflow certainly did some significant damage over there. And staying with Attitash. Yes.
You were mentioning Columbus Day, and of course Columbus Day means fall, and fall of course means beer, and beer means Oktoberfest.
I like your thinking, sir.
Well, actually, every day is beer, but October.
Yeah, no, definitely. You start to get into some, some special fall brews, some pumpkin brews and whatnot. And we'll be hosting our annual Oktoberfest at Attitash Mountain Resort. We actually host that over on the Bear Peak side of the two mountains that Attitash has. And that will be the weekend of Columbus Day. We've got 9 brewers signed up to come on out. We'll have the Oompa bands, and it's just going to be a weekend of fun. But again, this year we'll also have the Attitash side attractions going as well. So we're really excited. Okay, now let's take a ride up to Pinkham Notch, where of course they are working on Route 16, but you can certainly, it goes down in one lane, but you go right on up. Yeah, and they're doing a real quick job. I mean, we're seeing statewide that the, you got to give a shout out to the state and local agencies that have just been working very hard to get these roads open again. But yeah, there was certainly some considerable washout damage on the southbound lane of Route 16, but as you said, fortunately, it was in an area where there's 3 lanes. There's a passing lane heading north. So it is 2 lanes going each way. But yeah, Wildcat Mountain squeaked by with nary any damage except for a little on-slope erosion that we'll be able to handle no problem. But the zip rider, as we're looking at now, is open. New Hampshire's only zip rider attraction. There's you're up 70 feet up in the air, and there's some minimum weight and height requirements that people can view online at skiwildcat.com. We also have our scenic gondola. It's the highest in New Hampshire, open, and we'll be operating daily Wildcat Mountain right up until October 16th. So we go up until the Columbus Day weekend, and then actually a week after that we continue to operate a little bit longer. Wildcat Mountain's a real sort of, I mean, as the fall foliage starts to come into effect, we get a significant number of tour buses coming through, which is why we remain open daily. So
excellent. And also, you'll be hosting the AMC has sort of a tour and hike coming up, and we were talking a little bit earlier that there's a new thing to see.
There is a new attraction. I actually joined
Hillman's Highway.
Yeah, I joined last Wednesday. I joined. It was the final Tin Mountain Conservation Center Wednesday at Wildcat, and we went up to the summit. And to my surprise, after Irene, and I hadn't heard any chatter, I had a decent camera with me. There's been a significant debris slide up, and here we're looking at it now. That's actually Hillman's Highway,
right?
Which would be skiers right and a little bit south of the normal Tuckerman Ravine Bowl.
Yep.
So I've seen some additional photos that have been posted, and it's rather dramatic slide that occurred up there. So it's just kind of impressive there. So yes, next Saturday, September 10th. The Appalachian Mountain Club, this is kind of a new tour that we started to offer this year. They'll host a summit. People will be able to ride up on the scenic gondola.
Right. There's
a reduced rate ticket for that halfway or that one-way ride up.
Yeah.
And then Appalachian Mountain Club, a naturalist will guide a group around up at the top and talk about some of the alpine environment, the ecology up there, and the presidential range. And then they'll actually do a hike down the Polecat Trail. So. I took part in last Wednesday's summit tour, and it was really, really, I hadn't done one in a while, and it was great. It was just, it's really cool, very informative, so yeah, they'll be hosting that up there.
And to wrap things up, since we're talking a little bit about Hillman's Highway, which of course means skiing, coming up, certainly the early bird gets the best deal on passes. So what are some of the
yeah, a little bit of a chill in the air, starting to think about skiing and snowboarding, and yeah, we've got our season passes on sale now, and they're at their mid-rate at this point. So persons definitely want to mark their calendar and be sure that they're securing their season pass this year. As everyone knows, we're part of Peak Resorts, so all of our season passes available now include, at a minimum level, the midweek pass beginning at $469, I believe, includes midweek skiing at Attitash Mountain Resort and Wildcat Mountain. But there on up, people can view all the rates at skiwildcat.com. The passes will include Attitash Mountain Resort, Wildcat Mountain, and Crotched Mountain, and then you can even go to the next level where it also includes Mount Snow and Jack Frost and Big Boulder in Pennsylvania. So the other new feature added to our available season passes that were part of the higher education college pass, which is an unbelievable deal for as little as $319. Wow. The qualifying college student gets to ski at Attitash, Wildcat, Crotched, Mount Snow, Jack Frost, Big Boulder, unlimited. It's a great season's worth of skiing. And I know the kids are, some of them are back at school, and maybe they're catching up with mom and dad over the Labor Day weekend. So definitely poke mom and dad to maybe buy a pass. So.
Be nice to mom and dad. They do things like that.
They do great things for you. So we've got a lot of information. I know, Marty, you and I could probably fill an entire show's worth of
just
chatter and blah, blah, blah.
But so on that note.
On that note, yeah, no, just all I can say is, all the information is available at skiwildcat.com. The one thing I will say again about Attitash, because we have the mountain coaster not available this weekend, we've actually reduced our ticket rate. So for adults to enjoy all the attractions that we do have going on, we've reduced that rate to $35 for people over 48 inches and tall. For persons under 48 inches and tall, it's $15. Right. So we've reduced our rates. Attitash.com, skiwildcat.com, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff.
There you go. Thomas Prindle, thanks very much for stopping by. And for $319 at higher education, I'm a student of life.
Yeah, and we're looking for representatives from colleges to sell our passes. Seriously.
There you go.
Yeah, sign up, get a free pass.